Giannis Antetokounmpo is clearly the MVP through a very small sample size of 7 games. Regardless, he's playing out of his mind. Against Oklahoma City, did he have his best game by our standards? No, but he still had 28 very hard-earned points, and he went 9 of 14 from the field against one of the better defenders in the NBA. And Andre, don't call me with a hard O, whether it's a soft O, Roberson. Yes, I heard Gus Johnson on the broadcast say Roberson. It was like, oh, come on, man.
Roberson.
Come on, man, it's Roberson. Everyone, and where did he go to school?
Andre?
Yep.
I don't know.
Colorado.
Sco Buffs?
Sco Buffs!
Cordell.
It's amazing how I don't even like Colorado. I didn't go to Colorado, and the only reason I like Colorado is because of girlfriend.
I just thought it's really funny.
Girlfriend Daniela.
I think it's really funny. Is that where she went? She was a Buff?
She's a Buff.
Oh, that's awesome. My cousin who I live with is a Buff.
Can I tell you a quick story about Colorado? Super quick.
Are we the same age as? Am I the same age as?
Yes.
Girl?
Yes.
She probably knows half the people I know from Colorado. Well, it's a big school.
You guys need to talk. No, she knows like freaking
everybody. All the Buff people. That's like the Elon people out on this coast. They're like, yeah, it's an Elon part. Elon, the university.
Oh.
There's like a business school there, and they also have like some campus, I think, in LA. And all of a sudden, I get it, Elon Musk, the tech guy. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But the funny thing, I just think it's just like DC, and like, oh, it's an Elon party. Like they're taking over this bar. I'm like, what the fuck?
Quick.
Cordell Stewart was a Buff.
Correct. Cordell Stewart. So was Rashawn Salam.
All I wanted to say. Salami?
Horrible running back. Quick story. When we were driving from Chicago to LA, when I took the job to come back to TYT, stopped in Boulder. Beautiful. Have you been before?
Yes.
My God. I kept telling Daniela, I fucked up.
Like here, yeah.
Indiana's great, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, baller.
Oh, God, amazing. Yeah. He's leading the MVP odds. Against Oklahoma City, he was a hard-earned 9 of 14. He had foul trouble early, and yet I think it's still remarkable with that foul trouble and how he was literally the only option because they could not hit the 3 against Oklahoma City, that he still had 28 points. But did we learn something from Oklahoma City defending against Giannis?
Did we learn something? The thing I learned just in general from the game, to completely change your question, is Russell Westbrook is getting better defensively against any of his matchups. It's been underreported because, of course, his offense is so remarkable, and remarkable in the sense of it being polarizing in the way you watch him play the game. But like defensively, he's getting not exactly faster, he's getting smarter. He's getting into passing lanes quicker. His hands are getting quicker, so he's getting some more steals out of plays. He's moving in transition defense, I want to say more fluidly than he was last year and the year before. And Russ is, I think, one of the middle of the road defenders. Like no one's ever going to take anything away from his defense saying he's a terrible defender, the James Harden argument. And no one's about to say he's Chris Paul or Mike Conley, but he's starting to make a good push that if he does this over 82 games in the playoffs, like you'll see how much of a difference that makes. And it's one of those things where in Russell Westbrook's case, his leadership should not be in question. Because last year when it's only his team, the triple doubles, all these things, like man, Westbrook has shown a lot in just this few games for adjusting to having these new teammates in Paul George and Carmelo Anthony. And just because he doesn't answer the media questions with the most friendly way, with a smile on, doesn't mean he's not leading the team the right way. So what do we learn from guarding Giannis? You can try really fucking hard, he's still gonna get 28 on 9 of 14 shooting.
Correct.
His bad days are still good days, and that's what puts you in a caliber of tier 2 or eventually 1 players.
Amazingly, I believe Russell Westbrook was 12, 10, and 9 last night. He had 9 assists.
Oh, the Rondo stat line.
Yeah. No. The Lonzo Ball stat line, according to ESPN.
The 9, 15, and 8.
Those are
on
dirty.
2 of 12 shooting.
Those are dirty Rondo, Jason Kidd numbers when he wasn't scoring.
I know.
So
the Rondo.
He could have had
LaRondo Ball.
LaRondo Ball, nice. I think he could have. Well, he had 9 assists in the 3rd quarter. So he could have, Russell Westbrook, he could have easily tacked on another. I think what we learned more so about Milwaukee is that if Giannis is in foul trouble, I understand that he's the MVP and it's going to be, we're going to put him on that, what's the West way, what's the Westbrook West way? we are elevating him to new heights when it comes to the MVP because we saw how valuable he is when he's not on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
However, for some people, I'm not speaking for you, I'm speaking for myself. Like, if this were to happen, we would think that they would still be competitive with the ensemble that they have.
Yes.
And Chris Middleton would be able to take over. Malcolm Brogdon would show himself, and Thon Maker would maybe hit a few more threes.
Soon, they're so young.
They're so young. They're so young, but they're just not there yet.
I know, and if
Giannis
Parker could stay healthy,
I know.
When they get him back, like last year, there was a massive hole when it came to the team because Middleton wasn't there to really actually space the floor, and because Giannis takes up so much space. Like anyway, they needed Middleton back, and now you're seeing what happens. Well, it's a different hole that they have with Parker out, so they need to stay healthy, or eventually, whether development or they just gotta grab somebody. Like they're one player, they're one star player developing on that team, or one star player away from absolutely taking over the Eastern Conference because of how good Giannis actually is. Like LeBron took one of the worst teams in the world to the finals in 2007. Jesus, man. And by the way, his team now is almost as bad. It's not as bad because of star power.
Did they have Devin George on that team?
Devin George doesn't even know if he was on that team, even if he was. They might have had George Devin on the team, more likely. That team was bad.
Boobie Gibson.
It was as
DeJuan
bad.
Wagner was maybe
Zajunas and Ilgauskas. It was as bad. Was there a snow on that team, or am I thinking of the Philadelphia 76ers in 2001?
What was more? Let's open this up for another time. But what's more impressive? Iverson taking the Sixers to the finals, or LeBron? Save it. LeBron taking the Cavs to the finals.
Undoubtedly, AI.
Comment section below.
Undoubtedly, Allen Iverson. If AI was built like LeBron, they would have beat the Lakers.
If what?
If AI was built like LeBron, they would have beat the Lakers.
I'm just saying, with having less.
Dude, they're so bad. Both those teams without those players go like 5-77.
I mean, like Eric Snow was a really good point guard to Allen Iverson because it was like, yeah, I'll get him the ball.
No, Eric Snow wasn't really good at anything.
He was a good point guard. He was a serviceable point guard in the NBA. Aaron McKee, a guest service. You know what they did have?
Marcus Camby's carcass played for that team.
Samuel Dalembert was good.
No, okay.
He was good on that team.
Your use of good,
he was blocking shots.
Your use of good,
he was putting dudes on his ass, on their ass.
Good.
What?
Your use of good is scaring me.
Oh,
replaceable.
You know
like
what that is?
It's serviceable.
That's good.
You gotta make. You have to use. You're finding synonyms to like justifying the good. Serviceable is a very nice word choice. But if you have to use words like serviceable,
like Brian Hoyer, serviceable backup.
Brian Hoyer's your quarterback. Just like the limbs to GPA argument, you're not going anywhere. 0.0.
You know how you should have ended that? Was the Justin Bieber roast? When Andy Shamberg? What was his name?
Andy Samberg.
Samberg. Where's Shamberg coming from? Shamwow. When he would go, you smell like feet. Boom, roasted.
Michael Scott.
It was off of the Michael Scott thing, yeah, from Office Space. Okay, somehow we're sorry to the editors.
We're done.
We screwed you. That's Pluto TV.